live here at the barn this March 3rd, 2012 for the contest between the visiting Middle Tennessee Christian Lady Cougars and these Loretta hometown Lady Mustangs. Alongside Derek Green, I'm Lee Haygood. We're here to bring it to you. Hopefully, after tonight, Derek, this may be a trip to the state, second year in a row.
And that's right, Lee. As we look at these two teams, it's going to be a great matchup. But, you know, it's like you said, winner goes to state, and the defeated team goes home, and that's the end of the 2011-2012 season. So a lot at stake here for both teams. Big matchup tonight. Both teams looking pretty good during warm-ups, but Lee, I'm just ready for some basketball, some sub-state action basketball. 2 years in a row here for the Loretta Lady Mustangs. First time this has happened since '79. So we've had a stretch of quite a few years in between there. Right now, again, we still got about 2 minutes and 45 seconds until the players go to the bench, and they're going to have some pregame announcements, followed by, I'm sure, a moment of silence and the national anthem.
Get a couple of things in. Derek done a lot of research on this team and actually got to speak with a couple of people about this team so far, and they're telling me their defense. And you may look, I think you and I think I posted a little earlier that Lawrence County High School, our county school to the north of us, is leading at halftime 17-12 in a real low-scoring contest. I see something near that here. Is this Lady Cougar team? They bring a big defense on the floor. Their weaknesses is going to be if we can get any kind of full court defense against them. They're weak against that. They're also not real strong at the free throw line, and they seem to get off to some slow starts as far as their shooting and field goal percentage. For the Lady Mustangs, our weaknesses has been turnovers most of the year. Hopefully we can battle that this evening. Also, another weakness for the Lady Mustangs is experience, especially down low. With Kayla Santiago being out for the season, we've got to have some of these young ladies step up and do something down low as far as under the goal and the battling that goes on under the goal like Kayla Santiago has been doing all year. And also the weakness is if another one of our weaknesses, same as theirs, full court defense. We're not real experienced and real good against a full court defense.
Right, and we want to also, that's one thing that you pointed out. That's going to be a great thing to point out in tonight's game. Also, we want to make mention that tonight's game is going to be an audio broadcast only, as we are not allowed to have a video broadcast due to TSSAA rules. So we want to thank you for being a part of tonight's broadcast. Even though it is only audio, we do have this cover it to live, which is allowing us to have live chats with our viewers, or should I say listeners now, since y'all can't view anything. But we want to thank you for tuning in so far, and please spread the word of MustangsTV.com to any of your other relatives or family or friends that would like to keep up with tonight's sub-state action. We want to make this 2 state trips in a row, but we got to play hard tonight and have 32 minutes of good, solid basketball to be able to make it to that point.
Every team from here on out, Derek, it's like this. If they've made it this far, they deserve to be here. So you can't overlook any of your opponents from here on out, whether it's a school. I'll be honest with you, I had never heard of Middle Tennessee Christian until the other night when they said, well, that's who we're going to be playing. So, I had to do a lot of get on the internet, which is a great thing, do a lot of research, figure out where they were at, and they're out of, near Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So figured all that out, but then we had to do some research. But like I say, every team from here on out, there's none of them that's pushovers.
Right, you're down to 16 teams in classification A basketball in the state of Tennessee. So when you span from east, middle to west, you got only 16 1A teams left, and Loretta is one of them. So that's a big feat in itself.
Absolutely. Also, our neighbors to the north end of the county that we actually defeated to get to this point the other night, Summertown, they're another one. So, again, Lawrence County needs to be very proud of these two teams that's coming and representing them in the sub-state tournaments.
As you can hear, the Loretta Mustang fans definitely outnumber the Middle Tennessee Christian School fans, which it should have been a home court advantage, but last year when we played Moore County, it was pretty much half and half. We're going to have a moment of silence.
We ask that you please remain standing for the presentation of colors by the Florida High School MFA Honor Guard, followed by the singing of our national anthem.
We'll be back on right after the national anthem.
Great job by, I think that was not for sure, was Mr. Weaver was one of them. Another name of the other person that's now left me.
They did a great rendition of the game there, or the national anthem there.
And here's the starting lineup, Lee, if you want to grab these.
Starting lineup for the Lady Cougars, number 4, Jordan Faulkner. Number 13, Julian Peters. She's only a sophomore, but someone that we're going to have to reckon with. Number 20, Chandler Adams, also a sophomore. Number 23, Julia Howard, the only senior on this Middle Tennessee Christians team. And number 30, Megan Smith, a junior. As the lights dim here at the barn, Derek, it's basketball time here at Loretta, Tennessee. The starting lineup for the Lady Mustangs. Number 11, Rachel Burden, a senior, playing her last game here at the barn. Number 22, Hayley Farrington. Number 32, a junior, Becca Brody. A freshman hitting the floor, number 24, Sabri Sermon. And another senior, number 45, Elizabeth Hemmen. It's
going to be a tough game again. We can't even express and give the atmosphere here at the barn any justice, as it's a packed out crowd. We have some fans standing up to their feet. And so again, we want to thank you for tuning in to MustangsTV.com and making this possible. We want to thank all of our sponsors as well.
As both teams are meeting with their respectful coaches at their front of their benches, as the Lady Mustangs finally hit the middle of the floor. The Lady Mustangs here in their home white this evening. They're in their white uniforms, black lines, black letters, and numerals outlined in gold with an L down at the bottom of their shorts. The visiting Middle Tennessee Christian School Cougars in orange with a silver and white stripe down the whole side of the uniform. White numerals outlined in gray.
And here we go with the tip-off. Tip up. And, of course, Rachel Burton gets the winning tip, as she has the last several games. Here we go. Simone's has it. Brody now has it. Back to Simone's. Simone's baseline. Jump shot up. And no good. Rebounded by number 20 for the Cougars, Adams. And we'll try to get these names memorized as quick as we can. Here we go. Going the way. Peters has it. Dribbling to her right. Quick three. No good. Rebounded by Farrington. Farrington's going to push the floor. She's got across midcourt. She's looking down low. Pulling it back out on the right side. Kicks it to Brody out top near midcourt. Becca Brody, the lone junior on the team, going to dribble to her right. Get it to Simone's. Simone's back to Brody. Back to Simone's. They're trying to get it to Hemmen, but can't. Over to Farrington. Farrington looks it back to Brody. Brody top of the key. Back to Simone's on the right side. Simone's baseline. Down to Hemmen. Hemmen shot up. Whoa! And they're going to call an offensive foul on Hemmen.
Lady Cougars open up in a 2-3 zone. A charge going to be called against Elizabeth Hemmen.
And right now our student section again want to commend the Black Hole, as they are almost 3 times the size they normally are, and which they should with this sub-state game. Back in now, Peters has it. She's coming across, looking to midcourt, gets it to Faulkner.
That was a walk.
Faulkner gets it down, and it's stolen by Elizabeth Hemmen. They're going to say it's a kick ball.
Elizabeth still on the floor, slow to get up.
Elizabeth Hemmen, I think, just stumped her foot. She's up and walking just fine. Peters now going to inbound it. Looking for Faulkner, gets it to her. Faulkner being guarded by Hemmen. Hemmen doing a good job sliding her feet, not letting Faulkner go to her left. Hemmen stuttered, shot up.
And she's going to be called with her second foul.
Hemmen's got to be careful. She's got her second foul already with 6:54 remaining here in the ball game.
That's 2 on Hemmen. Team second for the Lady
Shot up by
Mustangs.
Faulkner. Faulkner. Shot up, no good. That's her first missed free throw for number 4, Faulkner. Shot up by Faulkner. And we have the first point here in sub-state action as the Cougars lead 1-0. Over to Simone's. Simone's back to Brody. The Lord Lady Mustangs just trying to get settled. Simone's for 2. Oh, in and out. That was a good jump shot from the baseline right inside the three-point line, but the shot was up and no good. Faulkner now has it, approaching the three-point line. That is a walk again. Gets it in. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Farrington. Farrington's going down the floor. Across midcourt. Wolf. Hayley Farrington had the ball, had it knocked out of bounds right inside the paint. Almost was taking it for a layup.
Sabre Simone's to inbound underneath their own basket for the Lady Mustangs.
6:23 remaining here in the first. Simone's into McMahon. McMahon to Brody. Brody on the right side, going back to the middle of the court. Brody's going to set a play. Back to Simone's on the right side. Simone swings it to Brody. Brody for 3. No good. Rebounded by Howard. Howard, the only senior on this ball club. Cougars now have it. Faulkner now dribbling. Kicks it over to Adams. Adams now kicks it back to Faulkner. Faulkner over to number 30, Megan Smith. Smith back to Faulkner. Faulkner being guarded by KK McMahon. McMahon sliding with her. Now gets it to number 20, who misses it. Rebounded by Farrington. Farrington's got numbers. And knocked out by number 13, Peters. Farrington looked up the floor, and that's a good thing the Lady Mustangs have been doing a great job of so far this later part of the season, looking up the floor as we have some players that can speed down the floor. Farrington has it. She's at the top of the key. Swings over to Brody. Brody has it still, scores 1-0. 5:37 remaining here in the first quarter.
Lady Cougars still in a 2-3 defense.
Down to Farrington. Farrington spin move, and she's going to get fouled. 2 shots for Hayley Farrington, the senior. Hayley Farrington was 13 from 15 last game from the free throw line. That's not a bad percentage, Lee.
Absolutely not. Number 4, Jordan Faulkner picks up her first foul. Team first for the Lady Cougars.
Shot up by Farrington. Up and good. Hayley Farrington ties the ball game at 1 apiece with 5:31 remaining here in the first quarter. You can click that off if you want to. Second shot up by Farrington. Shot up and good. Farrington does a great job of crashing the boards. Now score is 2-1. Down low. Shot up. Packed by Burden. Burden packs Smith as Smith tried to take it up on the block. The freshmen already get their first block of the night. Brody now has it. Brody on the right wing. Kicks it to Simones. Simones to Brody. Brody to McMahon. McMahon ball fakes. Kicks it back out on the left side to Brody. Brody inside the three-point line. Down to Simones. Simones back to Brody. Brody kicks it to McMahon. McMahon gets it to Burden, and then they have it stolen. And that should be out of bounds, and it is. Howard tried to save it from going out of bounds, but didn't get it back.
Score 2-1 with 4:59 remaining here in the first quarter.
4:59 remaining. Kicks it in over to McMahon. McMahon back to Brody. We got Elizabeth Hemmen on the bench right now. She got 2 fouls quick. On the floor now, Farrington, Burden, Simones, McMahon, and Farrington. Farrington, good move. And she's fouled hard by Howard. Hayley Farrington, the senior, is going to line for 2 more free throws as she's drawing the fouls. And that's one thing we need to get these girls in foul trouble. Shot up by Farrington. Oh, just short at the front of the rim. And we have now on the floor number 1, Ashlyn Wilkerson, and number 24, Ashley Sadler. Shot up by Farrington, up and good. And we had a quick whistle as we had a substitute. 4:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Score is 3-1. Lady Mustangs with a 2-point lead. Back to Faulkner. Faulkner looking up the floor. Gets it to Smith. Smith still in the backcourt. Faulkner has it. Faulkner breaks the defense across midcourt. Gets it up to Sadler. Sadler back to Faulkner. Faulkner center of the court. Gets it to Smith. Smith dribbling at the elbow. Looks over for Wilkerson. Wilkerson has it back to Faulkner. Faulkner's going to dribble out near midcourt. Gets it back to Wilkerson on the baseline. On the right side. Faulkner has it. Faulkner gets it back to Smith. Smith for 3. And she hits it. Lady Mustangs can't give them the wide open perimeter shots as that's what they're trying to get. Ashley Johns across midcourt to McMahon. McMahon down to Burden. Burden shot up and fouled. Great job by the freshman, Rachel Burden, to take it up strong down in the paint and draw the foul. And it looks like it's going to be on number, is it on 30?
Megan Smith, yeah, number 30. That's her first.
Looks like the fouls are not working on the scoreboard.
Team third.
Shot up. Good. Rachel Burden, the freshman, contributing here early, especially on defense with the 1 block already. Rachel Burden, second shot up, and good. Rachel Burden went 2 for 2 from the charity stripe on that time. Oh, that's a walk. And we got a walk by the senior, Julia Howard, as she tried to take the pass from Faulkner and got her feet moving too quick. Turnover by the Lady Cougars from Middle Tennessee Christian.
Coach Tibbs getting Hayley on the bench as well to give her a break.
Kicks it into Burden. Burden over to Brody. Brody pump fakes.
She's going to be called with a walk. She knew it when she done it.
Coach Tibbs looked at her and just said, calm down. He understands that she had a good idea in mind, but just thought too quick. Or excuse me, moved too quick and didn't put the ball on the floor. Kicks it in. Gets it back to Faulkner. And Faulkner's been doing a lot of that tonight. That's the first time they've called it. She's walked a couple of times and carried. And so now the referees, I think, are on top of it because Coach Tibbs was sharing some information with referees. And I think he talked to all of them as they transferred by him. Now we have Johns has it. Johns out across midcourt. Johns now the ball handler. She gets it down low. McMahon for 3. No good. Rebounded by number 12, Mullins. Mullins kicks it to Faulkner. Faulkner across midcourt, going directly down the center, kicks it over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson back to Faulkner. Faulkner over to number 12, Mullins. Mullins down low. Oh, that's a walk. You can tell this is a young squad so far. That time we had number 24, Sadler, which she's a junior, but still though, pretty young squad for the Lady Cougars, but a very good ball club. Gets it in. McMahon has it. Kicks it out to Brody. Brody for three. No good. Burton's got to be careful. McMahon's on the floor. Jump ball, but it's going to be the Lady Cougars ball.
Oh, KK's head hit the floor pretty hard that time.
Well, it's a good thing she's hard-headed, but she's going to be feeling that. Her adrenaline's pumping. I think she's a little dazed, and the referee's going to talk to her. She's going to go to the bench for some attention.
Go to the bench. She needs to get off floor.
Well, she kind of was walking around.
She had set her head pretty hard over there.
Well, somebody, I think, landed on her head as well. They kick it in. Get it into Wilkerson. Back to number 13, who's in the ball game. Back, Peters. Peters into the ball game. Down to Wilkerson. Pull wide open, number 12, Mullins, and that's 2 points. Lady Mustangs defense got to get back and set. That would just made it too easy. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Lady Mustangs trail 6-5. Gets it to Farrington. Farrington, the senior. We got Farrington, Johns, Simones, and Burden all on the floor right now. Over to Simones. Simones to Johns. Johns is not afraid to pull the three. Kicks it to Simones. Simones to Burden. Burden gets it to Brody. They're looking for Farrington down low. MTC is in a 2-3 offense.
Defense, you mean?
Exactly. They get into Farrington. Farrington shot up. Looking for the foul and couldn't get it. Back the other way now. 2:23 remaining here in the first quarter.
Going to get Hayley with the swap. Should go line shoot two.
Hayley's got to be, Hayley really needs to be calmed down right now as she was just adrenaline pumping. She should have drew the foul on the other end. The referees missed that one as Hayley was fouled hard as she was trying to take it up. That time Hayley tried to get the quick steal and couldn't get it. Shot up by MTCS and good. That's the first point for, I think, Sadler. Or is that 3 points now?
That's one for her. She's a big scorer for them as well.
Sadler now with her second shot up. Shot up, short, rebounded by Farrington. Farrington now pushing up the floor, gets it to Brody. 2:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Score is 7-5. Lady Mustangs trail. Kicks it over, knocked out by MTC.
Lady Cougars still in a 2-3 zone. Lady Mustangs starting out in a man-to-man defense, except Rachel Burden is not following her man or her one she's supposed to guard around. She's staying down low the whole time.
And Burden gets through. Exactly, Lee. Good observation. But during that time we had Brody over to Farrington, down to Burden, who got the 2 points in the middle of the paint. Kicks it up to Mullins. Mullins back to Wilkerson. And that's 10 seconds backcourt. The Lady Mustangs full court press forces a turnover in the backcourt as the 10 seconds ticked off.
That's one of their weaknesses I brought out in pregame, Derek. I'm sure Coach Tipp's seen that on game film that he's watched on this team.
Score is 7-7. Lady Mustangs with 1:45 here in the first quarter. Need to really put some points on the board. McMahon cutting Burden. Burden back to Simones. Simones for two. No good. Rebounded by Burden. Burden to Simones. Back to Brody. 1:30 remaining here in the first quarter. The score is 7-7. Lady Mustangs still have the ball. Brody over to Farrington. Farrington now still near midcourt. It's going to dribble to her right. Kicks it back to Burden. Also outside the three-point line. Into McMahon. Down to Farrington. Farrington shot up. And no good. Rebounded by McMahon. McMahon got the offensive rebound. Took it baseline. Kicked it back out to Brody. 1:07 remaining here in the first. Simones baseline. Kicks it back out to Brody. Back over to McMahon. And we got to push them back, and this should be on Howard. I think they're going to get Sadler. That is on Howard.
Oh, they called it on Howard.
How many is that on Howard?
That's her second.
Elizabeth Hemmen still on the bench with two. Howard's going to come to the bench with two, and they're going to replace Mullins. On the floor for the Lady Mustangs, Brody, Simones, Burden, Farrington, and McMahon. Down to Burden. Burden shot up, and another 2 points. Great job by Burden now. Had the last 4 points. Now they get it over to Mullins. Mullins back to Wilkerson. To Peters. Peters down low. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Farrington. Farrington's going the other way. Kicks over to Brody. Brody's going to set it up. 30 seconds remaining. I'm sorry, Lee.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. 30 seconds remaining.
Under 30. Lady Mustangs may hold for the last shot. They got a 2-point lead. Score is 9-7.
Lady Cougars are extending their 2-3 zone just a little bit, kind of coming out on them.
Still here in the first quarter. 2-3 zone defense again for the Lady Cougars. Farrington has it 10 seconds. Farrington's watching the clock. She's going to make a move. Spin move in the paint. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Smith. And no good. That's the end of the first quarter. At the end of one here at the barn, the score is 9-7. Your Loretta Lady Mustangs with the lead. We're on a
Want to get some of our sponsors in there. Let's get Express Med in. Urgent Care Center. Are you sick? We're quick. Go Mustangs and Lady Mustangs is what the fine folks from Express Med say. You can see them at any of their 3 locations. In Lawrenceburg, behind McDonald's on 1st Avenue. In Loretta, right there off the highway. And down in Florence at the corner of Cox Creek and Cloverdale. Also, Superama here in Loretta. I want to thank the fine folks at Superama. They do an excellent job at supporting the high school and the community in general. Go by and see the folks at Superama for your grocery needs as well. Also want to thank Loretta Insurance Services, Agent Debbie Ezell, Greens Furniture and Gifts. I want to thank the fine folks over there at Greens for sponsoring Mustangs TV. Also KJ Pictures, our owner, producer, director, and all that good stuff of Mustangs TV, Kyle Johnson. I want to thank him. As play will resume here, going to the second quarter now. Again, the score 9-7. Lady Mustangs lead the Lady Cougars.
And now they have the ball back as well to start the second quarter. Farrington into Brody. Brody now up. We have Hallmark on the floor. McMahon and Burden. Gets it over to McMahon. McMahon over to Brody. Brody back to Farrington. Farrington tries to set it up. Gets it back to Brody. 7:45 here in the first half. Gets it over to Casey Hallmark. Looking down low. Gets it to Brody. Brody for 3. No good. And it was rebounded by number 24, Sadler. Over to Faulkner. Faulkner baseline. Kicks back to Faulkner. Faulkner for 3. No good. Rebounded by Brody. Brody's going to push it. She's up across midcourt. Looking down low. She's going to keep it on the perimeter. Pulls it back out near midcourt. Swings it to Hallmark on the right wing. Back to Brody all the way near midcourt. Good ball move by the Lady Mustangs. McMahon has it. McMahon for 3. No good. And knocked out of bounds by the Lady Mustangs.
Johns and Sermone's coming back into the game now. Hallmark and KK McMahon takes a seat as the Lady Mustangs still in full court press.
They get into Faulkner. Faulkner swings it over. Gets it over to Adams. Adams to Faulkner. Up the middle. Oh, and Sermone's almost had the steal. Oh! Hacked by the freshman Burden. Swings it over to Simone. Simone's going to push it up against midcourt. Simone kicks over to Brody. Brody pump fake. Baseline jumper. No good. Rebounded by Burden. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Farrington. Shot up. And good! Hayley Farrington, the senior, gets the 3rd offensive rebound of that series and gets 2 points. Kicks it over to Sadler. Sadler now kicks it to Faulkner. Faulkner going back the other way. Faulkner has it, score now 11-7. Lady Mustangs with the lead. 6:20 remaining here in the first half. Down low to Smith. Ball loose. Smith has it. Gets it out to Faulkner. Faulkner over. 3-pointer for Middle Tennessee. No good. Rebounded by Farrington. I hope somebody's keeping up with rebounds for the Lady Mustangs because Farrington's name is all over the boards.
I guarantee you that's at least her 5th rebound of the evening.
Even 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Lady Mustangs lead 11-7. Out to Brody. Brody has it. She's going to set it up. Again, she's going to hold the ball. Kicks over to Simone's. Simone's to Farrington. Farrington looking down low. Back to Simone's. Over to Brody. Brody to Johns. Johns 1 of the 3, but she's being guarded by a taller Sadler. Kicks it over. Over to Farrington. Farrington.
Oh, and then Hayley misses it. Hayley's going to make that 99.9% of the time.
Hayley missed the layup off the tip ball. Shot out by Bird. No good. Rebounded by the Lady Cougars. Kicks over to Faulkner. Faulkner over to Sadler. Over to number 20 now, Adams. Adams on the left wing, trying to kick it down to Smith. Gets it over to Wilkerson.
She walked. They call a timeout first.
5:13 remaining here in the first half. The score is 11-7.
Lady Cougars called timeout first. Back to first quarter scoring. And the first quarter you had Hayley Farrington had 3 points for the Lady Mustangs. Rachel Burden with 6 points for the Lady Mustangs. And for the Lady Cougars, Jordan Faulkner had 1 point. Erin Mullins had 2. Ashley Sadler had 1, and Megan Smith had 3.
Also
7 for the Lady Cougars.
Also for some other quick county updates, Lawrence County has went into overtime 36-36 with Bradley Central in their sub-state game. And then Summertown Lady Eagles lead Moore County 10-2 after the first quarter. But the biggest story of the night for us is the Lady Mustangs lead right now 11-7 with 5:13 remaining here in the first half.
A very low scoring game, but I figured this. Both teams coming in with a tough defense.
Lady Mustangs, though, have missed a couple of open opportunities. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Sadler. Sadler shot up and good. Sadler is going to be the player for the Lady Cougars. Kicks over to Hallmark. Hallmark swings it to Simones. Simones to Johns. Johns to Brody. They're trying to get it down low, but they're covering up Burden. Simones has it. Simones needs to get active. She kicks over to Johns. Johns head fakes. Johns layup. And we have missed 3 layups now, as Johns had a wide open layup and pulled it.
I think Ashley thought that someone was going to be hacking her, and she went up, and no one even went up with her. She put it up just a little too hard off the backboard.
Well, we did that at Cornersville, but you started seeing us make those layups, and that's what made the game a lot easier. Shot up, rebounded by Johns. That was a pack by Simones. That's 2 packs, or all the packs was coming from freshmen. 6-foot freshmen at that. Johns now has it 4:10 remaining here in the first half. Swings over to Simones. Simones pump fakes. Baseline. Jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Burden. Burden shot up. Oh, and short arms it. And then MTCS going the other way. Faulkner now has it. Swings it over to Smith. Smith for 3. And she's hit 2 from that exact same spot now. MTCS now leading. Johns is still on the bench with 2 fouls.
You mean Hemmen?
Excuse me, Hemmen. Gets it over to Brody.
You just keep talking. If I have to correct you, I will.
That's good. Gets it to Johns. Johns back to Hallmark. Hallmark swings it to Brody. Now we got Farrington and Hemmen both coming on the floor. 3 for Brody. No good. That should have been.
Casey Hallmark just got bulldozed and nothing was called.
And we're going to have a foul the other way. Not for sure who that one was on.
I think they're going to call it on Ashley.
And they do. Score is 12-11. Lady Mustangs trail. First shot up by number 13, Peters. No good, off the front of the rim. Here comes Elizabeth Hemmen and Hayley Farrington, the 2 seniors on the team. They're going to replace Hallmark and Johns. Coach Tips frustrated with the missed layups. Here comes the free throw by Peters. Free throw up. No good. Rebounded by no one else but Farrington. Farrington across midcourt now. 3:10 remaining here in the first half. Gets it over Simones. Simones got to get to Burden.
We're going to call number 4, Jordan Faulkner, with a foul.
Burden had a good post up. Burden had a good post up. We need to really get it down to her. But I think they were afraid they'd tip it away. We got Julia Howard coming back on the floor now. Now on the floor for the Lady Cougars, Mullins. Looks like Mullins, Peters, Smith. And I'll try to get to him, Howard and Wilkerson.
5 team fouls for the Lady Cougars.
Hemmen gets it to Farrington. Hemmen gets it to Simones. Simones over to Brody. Brody for 3. She finally nails it. Becca Brody, the lone junior, finally hits that 3. 14-12, Lady Mustangs regain the lead. Kicking it up the floor now. Defense trying to come. Now we got a get Peters. Peters has the ball. Peters being guarded by Brody. Peters going out near midcourt, setting up the play from her coach. Still dribbling out near midcourt, out near the tip-off center. 2:30 remaining here in the first half. Spin move by Peters, taking it down low. Gets it out to number 12, Mullins. And Mullins knocks it off Megan Smith's foot. 2:21 remaining here in the first half. Score is 14-12. Lady Mustangs with a 2-point lead. Brody across midcourt. Brody kicks it to Farrington. Farrington gets it to Hemmen. Hemmen in the paint. Up. And
finally. That thing rolled around the rim for felt like 30 seconds.
And that's the thing. Hemmen's been watching them play, and now you can tell she's itching to get some points. They kick it up. Over to Mullins. Stolen by Hayley Farrington. Farrington's coming the other way. She's got numbers, but she's going to pull it out up near the top of the perimeter. Swings it to Hemmen. Hemmen, pump fake, head fake. In the paint, shot up. No good. Rebounded by Smith.
Elizabeth almost went over the back that time and realized, hey, I don't need to do that.
Elizabeth took it up strong, but probably should have kicked it out, but still had a good look at it. Just didn't get it. 1:27 remaining here in the first half. Score is 16-12. 3 for MTCS, no good. Rebounded by Burden. Burden kicks it to Brody. Brody now dribbles it slowly across midcourt, kicks it to Farrington. Farrington now setting up the play.
1:13 remaining in the first half.
Gets over to Brody. Over to Hemmen. Hemmen for three. She's got it! Elizabeth Hemmen, the senior. Gets it, got it good. They kick it to wide open Smith across midcourt. Farrington needs to be careful, and it's going to be knocked out by Farrington. Farrington thought she was going to get called with the foul on that one.
KK McMahon coming back into the game for the Lady Mustangs. Hemmen taking a seat. Coach Tibbs doesn't want her to pick up another foul here before halftime, I'm sure. KK's not a bad backup to come in either.
Oh!
Sabre Simone's going to be called with a foul. Good block, but apparently she got her arm as well.
That was a good job by Sabre Simone, staying with the offensive player. Shot up, no good by Wilkerson. Wilkerson misses the first one of two. 47.4 seconds left here in the first half. Your Loretta Lady Mustangs lead by 19-12. Wilkerson has one more free throw. On the floor now we have shot up and good. 19-13 makes it an even 6-point lead for the Lady Mustangs. Brody, Farrington, Hemmen, Simones, and Burden. Kicks it over to Farrington. And Farrington's going to watch the clock tick off. Farrington's one of our better ball handlers. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. And here we go. Lady Mustangs holding on for the last shot. Farrington just holding it on her hip. No dribbling or anything. 20 seconds. Farrington's not afraid to take her. And this time she breaks the line. Kicks over to Brody. 14 seconds. Farrington has it. 10 seconds remaining. Farrington's going to try to take it. Gets it to Hemmen. Hemmen, jump shot. No good. Off the back of the rim. Oh, and Wilkerson almost nails it from half court.
Almost nailed just behind half court. At halftime here at the barn, it's the Loretta High School Lady Mustangs 19, Middle Tennessee Christian Lady Cougars 13. We're at halftime.
We want to thank all of you for tuning in to MustangsTV.com. We don't have any of our commercials for tonight, so we're going to keep it right here. Again, the Lady Mustangs have a 19-13 lead going into halftime. Coach Tibbs has been doing a great job of making a lot of adjustments so far. So let's see what adjustments he can make for the second half. Right now, really, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They've had them open layups, almost like we saw at Cornersville, having a rough time getting them to go down. But look for the Lady Mustangs to come out, and you can see the momentum in their play now and in their actions that they really feel comfortable. So look at the Lady Mustangs to really try to extend this.
Well, I'm sure they will when they come out. Coach Tibbs doing an excellent job this season with these young ladies. All the freshmen that's had to see all this playing time early on in the season because of the injury to Brody and things of that nature. He's got plenty of depth now. So one thing about it, though, Derek, it's something that people's been asking me around the community. what's this look like for next year and the year after with all these freshmen? Is it going to be too much pressure put on Coach Tips and these Lady Mustangs coming up in the future? Of course, that's something that we'll find out later on in the future as well. But for now, we want to be, we want to go to the state tournament in 2012.
Right. And also an update, as I was just looking, trying to find some updated scores. LCHS has won in overtime over Bradley Central, 44-43. So it looks like the Lady Cats will be advancing to the state tourney.
Congratulations to the Lawrence County High School Lady Wildcats. Looks like they'll be going to Middle Tennessee State University as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
so they're part of the state championship.
But as we know, we have 3 teams in our county from all 3 high schools. The Lady Mustangs, Lady Eagles, and the Lady Cats, all trying to vie for that spot to the state tournament in Murfreesboro. And it would be awesome to have all 3 of our girl squads to make it to that point.
We got how many high schools in our county, Derek?
3.
And we got how many ladies teams
3.
going to state or sub-state at
3.
least? 3. That's excellent job, excellent work by these school systems, coaches, athletic directors, and such.
Exactly.
Especially to get all 3 of the lady teams at least to the sub-state and Lawrence County High School going to the state now.
Again, the halftime score is 19-13. We want to thank you all for tuning in to MustangsTV.com. But yes, like you said, three lady squads, 3 sub-state appearances. So far, we're 1 for 3. Lady Mustangs got to do their part and get in there. At the halftime of the Summertown game, the Lady Eagles playing over at Moore County. It's 18-11. Lady Eagles with the lead.
All right, we got 1 team already going to the state, and we got the other 2 leading at halftime going to try to get to the state. So you can't beat that. You got 3 high schools in this county, and all 3 of them's ladies teams is sub-state and state bound. So,
but again, we got to do our part here tonight. We still have 2 quarters of play left, so we just got to pull our part of the weight.
Absolutely. Trying to figure out this new system we've got here. I'm trying to move things around, trying to get all of our sponsors up. Definitely want to get all of our sponsors in.
Just click on the U.
There we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. I got them right there in front of me.
Cooking with Cresco.
Troy's Computer Repair. I want to thank Troy Box being our producer anyway. I want to thank him. I want to also thank Chris Jackson, our county commissioner down here in this area. Again, all these people and all these businesses are helping support this MustangsTV.com that enables us to bring usually video and audio when we get into the tournament part of it, the regional tournaments and things like that. We can only bring the audio part. We apologize, but that's TSSAA restrictions on us. We can only do the audio. And again, something that we announced the other night, this is the first time since 1979 that Loretta High School Lady Mustangs have went to sub-state back-to-back since 1979. That's a long time ago, Jeff.
That's been a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that was more than a couple of days ago.
But I would say that I'm excited now that the Lady Mustangs have put themselves in this situation to have back-to-back sub-states. This year was a little bit harder to get to, but they never gave up. They never stopped trying. And this is a very young squad, but they got good leadership with their 2 seniors that they do have, in Hayley Farrington and Elizabeth Hemmen. Both seniors are doing a great job of leading this team and really conducting themselves to bring these younger players up and how the Lady Mustang basketball is to be played.
And no one's getting rattled. That's the thing that I like about it. Elizabeth Hemmen drawed 2 fouls, Derek, within the first minute. No one got rattled. The Lady Mustangs continue to play. So that shows you that even with the leadership that we've had with our seniors, we've got leadership even down as far as the freshman, sophomore, and junior squad, as Becca Brody led the team without Elizabeth Hemmen on the floor the whole time. And, of course, you can't say enough about Hayley Farrington and those rebounds that she's pulled down on the defensive end of the court as well. Also getting back into some more of our sponsors. Definitely want to get them in this evening.
Yes, sir.
Lawrence County Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Giske, Dr. Tracy Farrington, Loretta Communication Systems, Loretta Telephone Company, also already mentioned Loretta Insurance Services, Agent Debbie Ezel, Chainsaw Sharpening Service, Superama, Chris D. Jackson, as I said, our county commissioner down here in this area, and Express Med. Are you sick? We're quick. come see us at any of our 3 locations. Lawrenceburg, First Avenue behind McDonald's. In Loretta, right beside the newly opened Lawson's, as Lawson's is making their move from their building there at the north end of Loretta down to about the middle part of Loretta, I guess.
They've almost got that completed, and man, I cannot wait for Lawson's to be able to open that up. That's going to be a great facility. But
that's a pretty big store they're going to have there.
Exactly. We want to thank all our sponsors again. We cannot express how much our appreciation is to our sponsors for making these endeavors possible. Also, KJ Pictures, Kyle Johnson has done a great job. This is really his brainchild, and he wanted to do this for the student athletes. These student athletes need the recognition because they put in a lot of sacrificing a lot of their time. They put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this game. We have we've covered football, we've covered basketball. We want to cover some baseball and softball, but we don't want to leave out any of the other sports like volleyball. And if we can expand this endeavor, then we might can possibly cover some of those other sports eventually. But this is still technically in its infancy, as this is only the 2nd year we've done this. But again, we want to thank all of you for tuning into MustangsTV.com, because none of this would be possible without that.
And we'll take any kind of donations. I'm sure KJ or MustangsTV.com, if you got donations you want to make, like Derek said over and over again, ain't nothing too large or too small. This all we're doing is putting money back into this thing to bring this to folks like I can't remember where it was. At Florida, one of these first people. Miami, Florida. Earlier this evening, we got people in Miami, Florida for sure that's tuning in as they've sent us a little chat on here. Also, check out our new chat line, I guess you could say.
Right, post any comments, questions. If you want to tell us something during the game that you want to know, just let us know. We would like to hear from you. That was a great success during the championship of the Lady Eagles team, the Lady Eagles versus the Lady Mustangs game, where we were region 6A champions, back-to-back years. So I want to thank all of you for tuning in to MustangsTV.com, but feel free to chat, post a comment, and we'll get to you as quick as we can. During gameplay, it may be a little delayed, but we'll get to you. Also, if you want to know some foul updates, score updates, time updates, whatever you need to do, and you might want to remind us. I want to thank whoever commented that as a guest. But again, we do this for the players. It's all for the student athletes.
Yeah, I don't need to write stuff like that about Derek. He'll get the big head up here, and then I won't ever be able to have any help up here.
But the student athletes do a tremendous job to conduct themselves not only athletically but also academically, and so we want to commend them. Most of our student athletes are on the top of their class, and make good grades and stay out of trouble for the most part. So we want to thank them for that.
Lady Mustangs are back out on the court now, all in a group, and it looks like to me Elizabeth Hemmen and Hayley Farrington are taking over the huddle. Coach Tips is standing completely out to the side.
And that's a great job for the leadership of the team to be able to have that opportunity. 1:55 remaining till tip-off. MTCS is still in the locker room waiting on them to come out. And here they come.
Here they come. I see their crowd standing up, welcoming them back to the floor.
So far, been a great game. The Black Hole, again, we can't commend them enough. They've tripled in size since any of the home games throughout the regular season, and they have been doing a great job of being loud and proud. And now MTCS will be shooting on our end of the floor. And so we're excited about what's going to happen with our Black Hole being right there with this opportunity. And I will say that the MTCS student section, even though they're small in number, are really loud. So
they are. You cannot put that little group down there. There's probably, and I'm just guessing here, there's probably 30 of those that's standing up on their feet over there in their student section, but they are very loud. They're all the way across court from the Black Hole, actually, straight in a diagonal straight across from the Black Hole, and the furthest part, I guess you could get in this gym.
Exactly. The Lady Mustangs still have a long ways to go here with 2 quarters left to play. We're looking at 16 minutes to decide whether we're going to Middle Tennessee State University or we're going to stay here at the barn. But Lady Mustangs have a lot of momentum as they are here on the floor, stretched out and ready. The Lady Mustangs in their all-white home jerseys, black letters with the gold trim, and then, of course, MTCS in the orange shorts and orange jersey with the white lettering and the gray trim. Faulkner now has it. Third quarter has begun. Score is 19-13. Let's see what we got left to go in this game. Three-pointer for MTCS and didn't even draw iron. Air ball, and you can hear our black hole letting them know. Kicks it over to Brody. Brody now has it. Kicks it down low. Oh, stolen. Sermones has got to be a little bit careful with that inbounds pass. She had it stolen by number 20, Adams. She tried to get it down to Burden and couldn't get it to her. Again, though, we're talking about two freshmen right now. We're going to have a foul on, I think it's going to be Brody.
I believe they're going to call that on Becca.
But for Becca, I think that's only her.
Yeah, it's her first.
Her first, so Becca doing a great job of controlling on the fouls tonight.
Team first foul for the second half. Got to get these young lady Mustang fans out from behind the basket.
Yeah, they can't be directly behind the goal. Kicks it in to MTCS. Adams has it. Adams dribbling to her left. Over to Smith. Smith looking down low to Howard. Can't get it to her. Smith now has it. Gets it to Faulkner. Faulkner to her right. Kicks it, so it's stolen by Sermones. Sermones makes up for that turnover earlier. So now she's back to even.
7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
Hemmen has it. Gets it over to Brody. Brody trying to set up the call. Gets it over to Farrington. Farrington pump fakes. Doesn't pull the three. Gets over to Sermones. Over to Brody. Brody wants the three. Gets it to Hemmen. Hemmen down low to Burden. Burden to Brody. Brody tried to get it. Kicks it over to Farrington. Farrington in the paint. She's going to pull it back out. 6:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Lady Mustangs still lead 19-13. Brody now has it. Kicks it to Farrington. Farrington from the elbow. Oh, in and out. That ball literally looked like it was halfway down before it popped back out. Now we got number 13, Peters, coming the other way. Peters setting the ball up now. Howard's going to set the pick on Brody. That time she pulls off. Howard being guarded by Brody. Brody sliding with Peters. Peters kicks over to Howard. Howard down low to Smith. Smith has it stolen by Farrington. Farrington's going the other way. Farrington across midcourt. She's looking for Burden. Can't get it to her. Farrington's going to streak for the goal. Kicks it out to Brody. Brody's going to take the call from Coach Tips. Coach Tips doing a great job of getting the play in. Kicks it to Hemmen. Hemmen, spin move, paint, jump shot from the free throw line. Good! Elizabeth Hemmen goes off the double pick and hits the jumper from the free throw line. Score now, 21-13. Lady Mustangs with the lead. Faulkner throws it up to Howard.
Just under 6 minutes remaining.
Now, Peters has it out near midcourt. Brody's got to be careful. She's only got one foul, but doesn't need to draw another one. Oh, and Burden's going to be called with the push. Burden's got to stay on the ground, and Coach Tips is letting her know. Burden with a great job. Didn't think she got the push, but anytime there's body contact in midair, they're going to call her for it.
Oh, yeah. Just her first.
Wow, that's only her first. That is a great job. She's had, I think, 3 packs tonight, and Sermones has had 1 pack.
That's 2 team fouls on the Lady Mustangs, 0 for the Lady Cougars.
Shot up by Peters, up and no good. Number 13 for Peters. I should have set up your roster to set up like Loretta's, and shot up by Peters, up and good. She hits her second one. Gets it up to Brody. Score now is 21-14. A 7-point lead for the Lady Mustangs. Gets it down to Hemmen. Hemmen shot up. Oh, no good. Rebounded by Hemmen. Hemmen on the block. Shot up. Rebounded by Burden. And Burden's going to have it stolen by Faulkner.
Knocked out by Farrington.
2 shots for the Lady Mustangs and couldn't get it in that opportunity. Gets it into number 13, Peters. It's going to be a hard fought next rest of the 2 quarters again. Faulkner gets it over to Smith. Smith from the free throw line. No good. Rebounded by Mullins. No good. Rebounded. Gets it to Farrington. Farrington's looking for help. Gets it up to Brody finally. Brody now across midcourt. 4:55 here in the third quarter. Sermon spin move. Gets it back out to Brody near midcourt. Brody has it. Brody now dribbling to her left. Spins back right in the center. Gets it to Farrington. Farrington for 3. Get it. Got it. Good. Hayley Farrington, the senior, hits a big 3-pointer, and Coach Tips calls a timeout. 4:41 remaining here in the third quarter. The score is 24-14. The Lady Mustangs have extended it to their biggest lead so far tonight.
Big 3-pointer that time by Hayley Farrington. The defense pulled back in. Again, the Lady Cougars still running a zone defense, 2-3 zone defense. Hayley Farrington had no one out there on her, so she just picked up, pulled back, shot the three. And excellent job, excellent read of the defense. Coach Tips had the right play called that time. Had Hayley wide open. Hayley took the shot when she had it, drops it.
Great job.
24-14, 4:41 remaining. Right after a timeout call.
Now we're going to have the inbounds from Faulkner. Faulkner looking to throw it in. Gets it into Howard. Howard now still being guarded by Hayley Farrington and Brody. They're looking for the center. Sermone's going to take the center away from them. They get it to Mullins. Mullins almost has it stolen by Sermone's, but she's across midcourt. Gets it down to Smith. Smith being guarded by Farrington. And that's a walk by Smith. Hayley Farrington and Lee. One thing we got to point out, these Lady Mustangs are starting to feel the momentum shift tremendously. As you can see in their reactions, they know they got MTCS on their heels, but they got to keep up the momentum. With 4:26 remaining in the third quarter, there's still a lot of time left to play in this game. We need help. Kicks it into Johns. Good job by Farrington, leading her away from the defender. Kicks it into Johns. Johns has it near midcourt. Back to Farrington. Gets it into Farrington. Farrington from the block. Shot up.
They're going to call her with the walk. Middle Tennessee Christian come out to a man-to-man defense now.
I disagree with that call because the biggest thing is when we had it happen at the other end, we got caught with the foul. That time it happened and we didn't get it, but still we're playing. That's only our second team foul here in the second half. Oh,
that's fine as long as she didn't peek. She just picked back up. Everybody here wanted that travel call, but
Smith has it. Hayley Farrington again.
another rebound.
And Hayley Farrington with a great defense. Hemmen has it. Hemmen's starting to feel it. You might want to be careful. She might pull that three with the defender in her face. Gets it out. Gets it to Farrington. Farrington now has it. She's going to go off the pick-off Burden. Farrington gets it down low to Johns. Johns kicks it back out to Hemmen. Hemmen pump fake. In the paint. Jump shot from the free throw line and fouled. Elizabeth Hemmen, the senior, will go to the line for 2 shots.
Call the foul on Faulkner. That's her third. Team first foul for the second half.
Shot up. Good. Elizabeth Hemmen, great job. Elizabeth Hemmen, the senior, set out most of the first quarter as she drew 2 fouls right away. Coach Tips held her out part of the second quarter, finally put her back in, and man, that was probably the best thing to do for her because she is hungry right now for some points. Hemmen up, and good. Great job by Elizabeth Hemmen, nailing both her shots.
Brings the score to 26-14 here at the barn. 3:33 remaining here in the third quarter.
On the floor now, Sermones, Farrington, Hemmen, and looks like Burden and Brody. Now Wilkerson has it. Jump shot. No good. Rebounded by none other than Hayley Farrington. Farrington now has it. Kicks over to Hemmen. Hemmen baseline. Jump shot up. That should have been a foul as she was falling. Elizabeth Hemmen needs to use some clock too. I think Coach Tips just told her, slow down. We're up 12. Pull it out. Let's don't force it. But Hemmen knows this is her last game at home, and she's going to try to make the most of it in the barn. Here comes a pick by Wilkerson. 2:55 remaining here in the third quarter. Wilkerson has it, being guarded by Elizabeth Hemmen. Elizabeth Hemmen sliding her feet. Howard setting the body pick. Wilkerson has it. Shot blocked by Burden. Rachel Burden with a huge block.
John's coming back in on the floor.
John's going to replace Hemmen. Coach Tips just wants to explain to her more what he's looking for. Not a bad job by Hemmen, but she just needs a breather as she's playing hard. Kicks it into Howard. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Burden. Got a wide open shot to Howard, but she missed the putback. And Coach Tips is putting Elizabeth Hemmen right back on the scorer's table. Gets it into Brody. Brody kicks it to Johns. Johns a very good ball handler. Only a sophomore. Kicks it to a freshman, Sermones. Sermones baseline jumper. Up. No good. Burden almost got the rebound from Smith, but Smith controls it. Gets it up to Peters. Peters across midcourt. Looking down low. Can't find anyone. Pulls it back out near midcourt. Peters has it. Trying to control the clock. 2:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Peters swings it to Wilkerson. That's going to be a timeout by Middle Tennessee Christian.
The coach seen that the ref was calling or counting down his 5-second call, and he went out there and finally called a timeout because the ref was just about to call a 5-second call. It's going to be a turnover going to the Lady Mustangs. Instead, we have timeout here on the floor. 2:05 remaining here in the third period. The score, Loretta High School Lady Mustangs 26, Middle Tennessee Christian Cougars, Lady Cougars 14.
Again, the latest update I got on Summertown High School, they were up 10 with 3:38 left in the third. Again, we mentioned earlier the Lady Wildcats from Lawrence County won in overtime by 1 point over Bradley Central, which is a team out of Chattanooga or near Chattanooga. So the Lady Cats already advanced in the state, but the Lady Mustangs want to go ahead and load the bus and take it up there with them. And also the Lady Eagles are trying their best to keep up with their lead. But right now we need to focus on the barn. With 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, Lady Mustangs have the 26-14 lead. Wilkerson going off, kicks it into Simone's. Mullins is pulling it out. Almost stolen by Brody. Brody's got to be careful. Mullins shot up. No good. Rebounded by Mullins. Shot up. And that was Sadler. My fault. Number 24, Sadler, was the one that had those 2 points. So number 24 up top for Middle Tennessee Christian. Kicks it over to Hemmen. Hemmen has it. 1:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Over to Brody. Brody looking down low. Gets it to Johns. Johns for three. Off the glass and good.
She called that, didn't she?
I heard her say glass and she got it. Lady Mustangs have multiple players hitting their shots. Sadler has it. Gets over to Peters. Peters dribbling. Deep three for Peters. Wow. That was an equalizer with that deep three. Now it puts it back at a 10-point lead for the Lady Mustangs.
Peters made that three.
She made it from almost NBA three. Brody has it, gets it to Hemmen. Hemmen over to Johns. Johns already shoot it again. She felt it earlier. Trying to draw the defense off Burton. Brody has it, gets it to Hemmen. Hemmen now pump fakes, head fakes. We got Hemmen, Brody, Simone's, and Burton, and Johns. Gets it back to Hemmen, over to Brody. Now they're going to use the clock. 38 seconds remaining. 10-point lead for the Lady Mustangs. We need to just use this clock. Gets it over to Brody. Kicks it down to Simone's. No rush. We got 29 seconds on the clock. Kicks it out to Brody. Brody needs to be careful with trapping in the corner. Brody has it. Gets it to Hemmen. We're going to hold it for the last shot. Farrington's on the bench. Under 19 seconds to go. Brody has it out midcourt. Being guarded by Wilkerson. Two team fouls for the Lady Mustangs. One for the Middle Tennessee Lady Cougars. Gets it to Johns. Johns from the free throw line. No good. Gets it up to Peters. They're going to let Peters shoot from half court. Shot up. And no good. At the end of 3 full quarters of play, the Lady Mustangs lead 29-19. Great game so far. Nothing less than what we expected from both these teams, and that's a hard-fought game.
Hard-fought defense. I said it coming in. Defense. And that's what we saw. That's the reason your score is down there 29-19 here at the end of 3 periods of play. Here at the barn again, one more quarter, Derek. We're up by 10. We cannot get just too confident at this point because this young Lady Cougar team, and I'm going to tell you what, this is another team you're probably going to see in the next 2 or 3 years as well. As you and I both during pregame, we were sitting there looking. They've got a couple of 8th graders actually playing on their team. Then they're starting 2 freshmen, just like the Lady Mustangs are, and they're starting 1 sophomore. They only had 1 senior hit the floor during, at starting of the ball game. So that tells me that this team's going to get better and better and better.
And on the floor right now, Ashlyn Wilkerson is actually a 8th grader, and she's on the floor right now. So she's played most of this game so far. So a very young team. Lady Mustangs though have the clock in their favor. They need to use the clock and get those down low post shots or at least draw the foul. They only have 1 team foul for Middle Tennessee. Hayley now coming off the bench, has it. Being guarded by Howard. Spin move in the paint. Kicks out to Brody. I don't even know if I'd even pull a 3. Jump line by Simone's. No good. Rebounded by Hemmen. Hemmen gets a jump ball, and it's going to be Middle Tennessee's ball. Good job by Hemmen, though, fighting for it.
Absolutely.
7:41 remaining here in the ball game, as now we are in play. Gets it over to Peters. Peters to Smith. Kicks it in to Wilkerson. Gets it over to Sadler. Sadler has it. Kicks it out to Wilkerson. Wilkerson for three. No good. Rebounded by Sadler. Sadler being double teamed by Hemmen and Burden. Now Sadler has it. Oh, and Burden shouldn't have jumped.
Burden doesn't foul that time. There's no way that young lady gets that shot off.
If Burden just would have kept her feet on the ground, but she's a freshman. She's already had, I think, 4 or 5 blocks this game.
She's going to learn.
The young woman's been swatting them like crazy, so really don't blame her. Shot by Sadler up and good. Shot by Sadler. And hits both of them. Brings it now down to a 28-point lead. Kicks it into Brody. Brody looking to golf the defender. Again, she's being guarded by an 8th grader. Gets it to Farrington. They're going to use clock. They need to force Tennessee to foul, but they got to put points up still. Gets it into Farrington. Farrington kicks over to Burden. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Hemmen. And Hemmen's called with her 3rd foul.
They're going to get her from pushing up underneath the basket.
And that was a good call.
That was a good call, but you know what? I've seen that going on all ball game, and it hasn't been called at, up till this point. So
Burden, we just really need to get Burden on right now. Oh, Hemmen turned her head just for a second, and Wilkerson gets it. Jump ball, and it's going to be the Lady Mustangs ball.
Almost stolen from behind by Hayley. Farrington knocks it up forward. Rachel Burden grabs it, gets tied up, but it is Lady Mustangs ball. Brody has it now, brings it across the timeline, back over to Farrington.
Farrington's a very good ball handler, the senior. Going off the pick on Hemmen. Hemmen's playing with 3 now. Farrington needs to be careful. Spin move, jump shot up. And good! A basket and a foul for the senior, Hayley Farrington. She'll be going to the line to shoot the extra point. And she went up strong, and that should be on Howard. Who was it on?
23, Howard.
That's her 3rd, right?
That is her 3rd.
Great job by Hayley Farrington. And the basket. Basket and the foul. That's a 3-point play by Hayley Farrington. 32-21. 6:30 remaining here in the ball game. Sadler has it. She's got to get across midcourt, and she does. Simone's can't foul. We don't need a foul at this point. 2 for Smith. No good. And that's going to be out on Howard. Howard should have been called the foul. That's the reason the ref is giving us the call. The ball was actually out on Burden, but she was fouled by Howard. Instead of blowing the whistle and calling the foul on Howard, they're going to give it to Loretta Lady Mustangs. 6:10 left in the ball game. Score is 32-21. Gets it to Farrington. Farrington and Howard's going to get called with the push.
That's going to be 4 on Julia Howard.
Howard is playing aggressive, and she got away with the one before that, but that time she's going to get called for it. The coach is not going to argue because there was a lot of body contact as she went over and rushed her. 6:06 remaining here in the ball game. Score is 32-21. Lady Mustangs with the lead. Farrington gets it to Hemmen. Hemmen has it under 6 minutes to go. Farrington trying to get a setup. Gets it to Brody. Lady Mustangs fighting hard. Gets it to Brody now. Brody has it. Looking for a cut, and Farrington gets it to her in the paint. Farrington spin move. Block shot up. Oh, and no good. Rebounded by Burden. Rebounded by Simone. Oh, and Simone just throws it to Sadler.
And Sadler knocks it out of bounds.
And
Coach Phillips trying to figure out what happened.
Simone's now doing a great job getting rebounds, but we got to be sure our passes are clean. We survived that one as Sadler knocked it out of bounds, couldn't gain control.
We had spectators on the floor.
And it was a little girl got hit, but now she's off the floor. Kicks it into Brody. Brody has it now, spinning out of it. And she's going to be fouled by Wilkerson. And I think they're trying to get us up to the free throw line, as now that's 4 team fouls for us and 4 team fouls for them. .5:27 remaining here in the ball game. Lady Mustangs with the lead. Kicks it to Farrington. Farrington calling the play, gets it to Burden. Burden gets it back to Farrington. Pump fake by Farrington. Paint, spin move. Simones, jump shot, and good! The freshman, Savory Simones, hits the baseline jumper just a couple of feet from the basket. Wilkerson gets it up to Peters. Peters swings it to Smith. Smith has it stolen by Farrington. Farrington gets it into Smith. Smith. 10-second call. The Lady Mustangs have the ball off the turnover. And there we go. They say they was a tip ball, but that doesn't matter. It's still in the backcourt. I'm still trying to get the call.
Trying to figure out Coach Tips. Full timeout call by Coach Tips.
No, and that's what they're trying to argue. Hayley Farrington tipped it, but she never gained control, so that the 10-second rule violation was still in effect. With 4:57 remaining here in the ballgame, the Lady Mustangs lead 34-21.
Again, I want to thank all of our sponsors. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to MustangsTV.com this evening. Hanging in here with us with Derek Green and myself, Lee Haygood, here online, MustangsTV.com. We apologize for the no visual, no video this evening, only audio, because once you get past or start getting into the tournament times, TSSAA does not allow it, and if you do it, you got to pay a hefty fine. And since we're on nothing but donations and sponsorship anyway,
and I don't have any money. I don't have any in my pocket either. Also, we want to thank all our sponsors again for sponsoring MustangsTV.com. But also another score update. Summertown is up 31-21 on Moore County at the end of the third. So Summertown's looking to make it a state with the Lady Cats, and also the Lady Mustangs are looking to hold on with 4:57 remaining. We got the biggest lead of the game we've had, which is 34-21. Johns has it. Johns looking to kick it to Simones. Simones now has it. Spin move in the center. Kicks it to Brody. Brody back to Johns. We don't need to pull any three-pointers as we're up by 13 points. Kicks it out to Brody, and we're going to use the clock. Under 4:40 to go in the ball game. Brody now has it. Spin move. Paint. Kicks it back out to Johns. Johns is a great ball handler. The sophomore. Looking down low to Simones. Can't get it to her. Simones has a big disadvantage with Faulkner Gardner. Hemmen's got to be careful. Gets it over to Johns. We wanted a foul on Middle Tennessee. Johns now has it. Goes off the pickoff. Johns. Hemmen has it. Paint. Jump shot up. And good.
Well, they're going to get her on the floor. Foul going to be called on number 24. Sadler. It's her first.
4:12 remaining in the ball game. Lady Mustangs lead by 13.
Fifth team foul for the Lady Cougars.
Also, this new system that we're running, there's about 50 parts that go to it, and Lee's doing it all by herself while I just watch him point at the screen. Hemmen up and good. Hemmen with a 2-point jumper on the inbounds play. Elizabeth Hemmen with the good 2 points. Score now is 36-21. Hemmen now with the steal. Oh, me. Woo-hoo-hoo. That is not a foul. I think he got a little anxious with the whistle. Hemmen come in and got the steal. That was a good job. Did you get Hemmen with the 2? Okay.
I did.
Now she got the foul as well.
She did get the foul?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's 4 on
Well, excuse me. They're going to get Farrington with the foul.
Oh, okay.
Farrington.
So you keep telling me wrong. I'm going to be wrong.
I know it. But Lee's got 50 parts going on in this new system, so I want to commend him on that as he's doing a great job. Faulkner now has it. Kicks it down to Mullins. Mullins to Sadler. Sadler pump fake in the middle. Gets it to Smith. Smith gets it. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, they could have called a kick ball that time, but that ain't what they're calling. They're calling a foul on Hayley Farrington.
That's 3 on Hayley. I think Coach Tips took Hemmen out thinking it was her 4th, but he realized she only had 3.
That's 16 fouls for the Lady Mustangs, 5 for the Lady Cougars.
We don't really want to send them to the free throw line any sooner than we have to. Shot by Howard, rebounded by Burden. We just need to slow it down. Brody across midcourt. Kicks it out to Farrington. 3:30 remaining here in the ball game. Lady Mustangs lead 36-21. Farrington kicks it to Brody. Brody head fakes Wilkerson. Brody going the other way. Oh, good job by Brody breaking the defensive pressure. Wilkerson guarding Brody. Brody now dribbles back into the paint, but back out. Kicks it out to the perimeter of Hemmen. Hemmen out near midcourt. Hemmen now has it. Kicks it over to Farrington. Farrington looking down low. Gets it for Simones. Simone's back to him in near midcourt. They're using clock. All out near the midcourt. 3 minutes. And Farrington's going to call it the foul. And that's going to be a 1-and-1 for Brody. No, excuse me. Next foul will be 1-and-1.
Who was foul called on?
It was Wilkerson. That's her second. Brody was expecting a foul, but Coach Tips was trying to tell her next time just ball fake it. Right now, the next foul by either team will put us in the bonus. Score is 36-21, 2:58 remaining in the ball game. We want to thank you for tuning in to MustangsTV.com for the Lady Mustangs updates. And we're just controlling the ball out near midcourt as we're just expecting them to foul us. We're trying to slow it down. Lady Mustangs, every single person they have on the floor can handle the ball and handle it well. So Coach Tips has a lot of confidence in his ball club to really use the clock and pass it around. That time Brody did a good job of maneuvering the ball to get away from the jump ball. MTCS was wanting the jump ball, but again, she did a great job of drawing the foul before they could call it.
It's 36-21 here at the barn. 2:58 remaining in the ball game. We've almost getting our second team in the county to the state. And as you said earlier, it's 31-21. Lady Eagles lead at the end of 3. So we may have all 3 high school lady basketball teams headed to Murfreesboro for state tournament action. Ashley Johns with the ball after the inbound. The Lady Mustangs. She's just kind of running around, dribbling around. Ball kicked by the Lady Cougars. Should be Lady Mustangs ball, and it is. Way in the backcourt. They're going to inbound it side backcourt. Farrington to inbound.
Kicks into Hemmen. Hemmen has it. Farrington now looking to go up the floor, being guarded by Sadler. Farrington across. That's the last person we want them to foul is Farrington. Farrington, a very great free throw shooter. Johns has it, gets it to Hemmen. Johns only a sophomore. Hemmen has it. 2:30 remaining in the ball game. Lady Mustangs with a 15-point lead. Coach Tips, you can't take your timeouts to the locker room, and Coach Tips is wisely using his timeouts. That time called a timeout to explain to his girls what he's expecting. They were doing everything that he was asking, but he just wants to call a timeout, let them slow down. And so good timeout by Coach Tips because, again, you can't take any of your timeouts with you.
It's 2:27 remaining here in the ball game before we have our opportunity to head to the state for the second straight year. Want to thank all of our viewers, or actually readers, listeners I should say this evening, since we're only audio. Again, the state tournament is being held by the TSSAA. You can get on TSSAA's website, and I'm not sure what it is.
I think it's TSSAA.org.
I believe is what it is. And once you get there, it'll show athletics and screening, because trust me, if I found it last year, anybody can find it.
It's very easy to find.
Very easy to find. So just go to the TSSAA.org website, and I think Derek's actually might be trying to pull it up now just to see.
And right now the score at Summertown, they're up 12 with 3:30 remaining in their ball game. Farrington over to Brody. Brody back to Farrington. I want them to foul Farrington, and she's a good free throw shooter. Gets it over to Simones. Simones gets it to Brody. Brody going sideline. Coach Tips is almost like a video game controller, telling him what to do. Gets it to Farrington. Farrington to Hemmen. Hemmen now is going to be fouled by Sadler. Or excuse me, Mullins. Number 20 Mullins is going to call with the foul, Lee.
Okay. That's our first.
And it is TSSAA.org if you want to post this one. Or that one right here. That's right. Shot up and good by Hemmen. First shot up and good. There's no Wayne County teams in it this year, so that was one of the questions. No Wayne County teams, as Loretta put out Collinwood and Wayne County got put out by Santa Fe. Hemmen now with her second shot. Up. And good. Hemmen hits both of them. Elizabeth Hemmen, good job hitting both her free throws here in the late quarter. Gets it up to Peters. Peters from wide open 3. No good. Rebounded by Wilkerson. Up. No good. Rebounded by Mullins to Peters. Peters loses it. Still has it on the left wing. Down low. Shot up. And no good. And knocked out. They're going to say it's out on Loretta. I thought it was out on Wilkerson.
Well, they missed a wide open layup right there as well. As I've seen probably more just regular layups missed this evening than I ever watched. But, of course, tensions are high here in sub-state tourney action.
Good job by Farrington.
Another rebound.
Bodying up with Smith, forcing her on a bad shot, kept her feet on the ground, and then drew the foul. Howard's got 4. If she fouls, she's out. Kicks it up to Sermones. Sermones to Brody. Brody to Hemmen. Hemmen out at near midcourt. Hemmen dribbling. Kicks over to Sermones. Sermones down low to Burden. Burden to Farrington. Up. No good. Rebounded by Burden. And Burden's going to be fouled.
Going to get fouled. Burden being as unselfish as I've ever seen a player. She gets it wide open up under the goal for just an easy layup. And instead of taking the shot, tries to waste a little more time, throws it to Farrington.
That was a great job on the young player.
Especially for a freshman.
Shot up by Burden. Good. Rachel Burden, clutch. And they got her actually saying she was shooting, but she's really trying to jump and pass it. But we'll take it. She would have got the first of 2 anyway. Shot up by Burden. No good. Rebounded by Howard. Howard playing with 4 fouls. Gets up to Wilkerson, the 8th grader. Wilkerson kicks it up and knocked out of bounds by Hemmen. Elizabeth Hemmen jumps up and smacks it out of bounds. Elizabeth Hemmen playing some great job on the full-court press as we've pressed this whole game. Coach Tibbs makes a substitution, talking to his freshman Burden.
1:08 remaining.
As we now have on the floor, Johns. Shot up by Wilkerson, up and good.
Don't forget, this is just an 8th grader that we're watching on the floor right here in this Ashlyn Wilkerson.
A very confident player and a very smooth player. She's she moves really well, conducts herself really well as well. But also right on the floor as we got a full timeout. Of course, we got both seniors. Looks like we have well, we'll wait till we get back on the floor. I can't see them as we got a full timeout. 59.6 seconds left remaining here in the ball game. The Lady Mustangs lead 39-23.
Here at the barn again, thank you for each and every one of you for tuning in this evening. Thanks to all of our sponsors, Express Med, Superama, Loretta Insurance Services, Green's Furniture and Gifts, Chainsaw Sharpening Service, Troy's Computer Repair, KJPictures.net. Also, KJ taking several pictures this evening, so if anybody's interested, go to KJPictures.net, check his photos out for this evening's event and action, and I'm sure he's taking several of the Black Hole as well. Someone may want to get them a souvenir from tonight's game. Again, 2nd year in a row, Lady Mustangs, unless just something bad really, really happens, the Lady Mustangs going to Murfreesboro 2nd year in a row.
Hemmen now has it stolen. Not a way you want to end this ball game. Peters for 2.
3. They're saying it was a 3.
The ball game's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Still 13-point game.
Not over yet. 49.2 seconds left.
Peters throws her another 3 up and gets it. She got a sweet shot. 49.2 seconds remaining in the contest.
Hemmen, I think she wants that possession back. As she was going down the floor doing a great job, but then just got held up from behind, or got poked from behind, and the ball just went out from under her hands, and she just barely couldn't get back to it. And as a senior, again, she's only got 49.2 seconds left here at the barn, and so she knows that she wants to go out on a good note. Here it comes, Farrington in. Kicks it into Brody. Knocked out by Wilkerson. Farrington now has it.
They will be drawing tomorrow for the pairings. Is that not correct, Derek?
Yes, that's what I've heard.
That's exactly the
Farrington
same thing
has
I heard.
Ooh, that was close. Farrington gets fouled, though, and she's going to go the other end of the floor. Should that be 2?
I think that is their 9th foul. I mean, that should be their 10th. I thought they had 9 before that one.
They need to go to the scores table and find out. They're saying that's only the 9th.
Okay.
They're saying it's only the 9th. I don't know. They're kind of looking at each other. 45 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Hayley Farrington going to the line for should be 2, but we'll take 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Shot up. Shot off the front of the rim. Gets it up to Faulkner. Faulkner into Peters. Peters controls it. Gets it into the paint. Kicks it out. It's stolen by Hemmen. Hemmen come out of nowhere, and Peters grabbed it. Hemmen pushing him. Is fouled by Smith. Hemmen gets fouled at the midcourt. Now she'll go to the line for 2.
She'll definitely shoot 2 this time, Derek.
And they're going to the score table to make sure. It should be 2. 2 shots. Hemmen. First shot up. Shot up. And good. Elizabeth Hemmen, the senior, playing in her last game here. Her and Hayley Farrington. You know, when they played their last home game during the regular season, they thought that was it. You know, but now they have this opportunity to extend it to this one sub-state game and to play one more game here in the barn. Shot up by Hemmen, up and good. Score now is 41-26. 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. Wilkerson has it. Kicks it up. Kicks it down low to Peters. Peters for 3. No good. Gets it. Mullins has it. Shot by Mullins up. No good, but we're going to get a foul. And the student section is going crazy. Black Hole is letting them know what's going on. Shot up by Mullins. Up and good. Mullins' first shot up and good. Makes it 27 points.
That's our first point since first quarter.
Mullins up. No good. Rebounded by Farrington. Farrington kicks up to Hemmen. And then that should be Howard's 5th foul. Howard, the only senior on the roster for Middle Tennessee Christian Lady Cougars, has just fouled out. That'll end her career with Middle Tennessee Christian School.
But the Lady Mustang seniors, Hayley Farrington and Elizabeth Hemmen, will be going on for another ball game.
17.3 seconds left. Lady Mustangs lead 41-27. And the starters have come out but Farrington. And I hope Farrington, she deserves a standing ovation once she hits these free throws. If she hits these free throws, I want her to at least hit the second one shot by Farrington.
Exactly, I'm saying.
Up and good. Farrington deserves to come off the floor, after this free throw shot.
Yeah, we just got to hope she makes this one.
On the floor now, we got Kayla Wallace. Hey, shot up. And she hits it.
Good.
And now coming off the floor is the other senior, Hayley Farrington. Farrington, Brody, Hemmen. They all go to the hand. Exactly. All go to the bench. Great night. Wilkerson has it. Going the other way. Has it stolen by Littrell. Littrell's going the other way. They're going to let them play right now. Littrell showing Coach Tip she wants to play in the state tournament. Daisy Huntley has it. And I think we got Huntley going to line for 2. And the barn is feeling it with 2.6 seconds left. The Lady Mustangs lead 43-27. Daisy Huntley, the freshman, will shoot 2. First shot up by Huntley. In and out. Here it comes. Second shot by Huntley. Up. And good. Huntley gets a point. Score is 44-27. The Mustangs looking to hold on to the lead. And that's it. Ball game. Lady Mustangs are state bound. Lady Mustangs are going to state 2 years in a row for the Lady Mustangs as they win in sub-state play. 44-27 here at the barn. Congratulations to the Lady Mustangs for back-to-back state championship runs. They're one of 8 teams remaining in the state of Tennessee in 1A basketball. This has been a great year for the Lady Mustangs. Again, they have extended it to at least one more game, but that one more game is going to happen in the borough during state tournament, and the student section has stormed the floor. The Lady Mustangs are celebrating here at home as they celebrate their sub-state victory. Again, 2 years in a row. A great job of the Lady Mustangs.
Oh yeah, Glass House, here we come. I like that post by some guest of MustangsTV.com.
We want to commend the Black Hole as they surrounded our student section. Coach Tips is on the shoulders of Superman and Spider-Man. Coach Tips is celebrating with his student squad and his student athletes. And right now we got a mic going to the floor. We're going to try to get an interview real quick.
Try to get an interview. We got a wireless mic. Hopefully Coach Tips can give us some words.
And I want to make mention the final score. The Lady Eagles are state bound as well, 49-35.
Good for them.
Lawrence County is state bound, 44-43 overtime victory. And the Lady Mustangs from Loretta, Tennessee are state bound with a final score of 44-27.
Congratulations to all of our county high school lady basketball teams.
Wow, this has been a great game. We've been fortunate enough to be able to cover the Lady Mustangs' great seasons in back-to-back years. Last year was the first year with MustangsTV.com. We got to cover that game, and now we got back to it and covered the game again this year.
We got the Lady Mustangs on the floor getting their picture made with a big poster that says state bound. I'm sure you'll be seeing that in the newspapers coming up real soon in the local papers.
There's nothing that can be said anymore than the ball club itself, but the two seniors, Hayley Farrington and Elizabeth Hemmen, have made the state tournament 2 years in a row to end their career at Loretta High School. This is an amazing feat.
Hey, we got Kenny Beckman down on the floor with Coach Tips. Let's see what we got.
All right, guys, I'm with Coach Tips here. He's gonna give us a Coach, if you could just.
He's hugging and
Coach, I know there's a lot going on. The score looks like we just, manhandled them tonight. How did they play in your perspective? And what's going through your mind right now?
Well, we only turned it over 3 times the first half and guarded them well. We couldn't make a shot. Second half, our girls stepped up and got it done. They're not going to let us lose right here in these games. Just proud of the community. Our fan support tonight was amazing. Wasn't always pretty, kind of sums up our season, but we found a way to get it done.
Coach, congrats again. We'll let you go back to your team. Thanks.
Good job, Kenny Beckman.
Thank you, Kenny Beckman.
Kenny Beckman being on the floor to get some interviews, and go ahead. If you can find some more, Kenny, just find some people.
Coach.
And we want to commend Kenny Beckman, also a senior, his last night in the game. I'm going to try to direct Kenny from up top. Kenny's trying to find Hayley Farrington, and he does. Kenny's going to get an interview now with our senior, Hayley Farrington, as he's trying to round her up, and he's a grabber. And he's going to get her.
Of course, she's getting hugged by cheerleaders, grandparents, parents, fans, all alike. So
Hayley Farrington's got to give out a couple more hugs. We could find Elizabeth Hemmen. I know she's not afraid to talk. Kenny's now waiting as he gets a picture. As Hayley Farrington's getting a picture.
Celebrating a victory. Again, here's the sub-state victory. Headed to the state are the Lady Mustangs.
Thank you for tuning in. Lee, if you want to do some stats real quick during some dead space.
Also headed to the state is Lady Cats from Lawrence County High School and the Lady Eagles from Summertown High School. Congratulations to all 3 teams. As we got Kenny on the floor.
Okay, guys, with Hayley Farrington out, just an outstanding game. You rocked tonight, Hayley. Just give us your thoughts on the game, and you did it. You're back at the MTSU.
I thought we came out and played the best we could. Our goal was to rebound and play good defense, and we played a heck of a good defense tonight, and we rebounded a heck of the ball. And yes, and I'm so happy that we're back at the Borough. I knew we'd do it, but
we'll let you get back to your thing. We just want to get you final words. Congrats again.
Congratulations, Hayley.
And we can find Elizabeth Hemmen.
Find Elizabeth.
And we got her low, and she disappeared on us.
She's going over there to climb up on the ladder.
And
Kenny quit looking at us.
Kenny, and we can get Kenny's attention. We're going to get Elizabeth Hemmen, so please stay with us. We've already got Coach Tips. We already got the senior Hayley Farrington. And now we're going to get the senior.
Get Elizabeth Hemmen.
And Kenny needs to be more aggressive.
Yeah, Kenny got to get more aggressive for us there.
Kenny needs to really take control. I wish we had a headset on Kenny because we would tell him what to do.
Not that you've ever done that.
Yeah, exactly. And so the Lady Mustangs are
I'm
state
sure he's
bound.
probably waiting on her to climb up first and get her chop at the net.
Right now, the Lady Mustangs are under the basketball goal on a ladder with their scissors cutting the net. Santiago was the first up. Now we have Elizabeth Hemmen. Elizabeth Hemmen cuts off her piece. This is a great opportunity for the Lady
Boston
Mustangs.
down there on the floor holding the ladder, making sure none of these young ladies falls.
And now I wish we could get Kenny to get in there.
Now we got Hayley Farrington climbing up to get her cut at the net.
I know Kenny's looking at Elizabeth. Again, a final score is 44-27. You want to give us some point updates real quick?
I'll get
waiting
some
on Kenny?
points while we can get Kenny in there. As soon as he get in, maybe he can break into us. Again, final score 44-27. Middle Tennessee Christian had Ashlyn Wilkerson with 3, Jordan Faulkner with 1, Aaron Mullins with 3, Julianne Peters with 7. Julia Howard ends up with no points, fouling out of the game. The lone senior for the Lady Cougars. Ashley Sadler finishes with 7, and Megan Smith finishes with 6. Now for the Lady Mustangs, the 6A sub-state champions headed to Murfreesboro. Becca Brody finishes with 3 points. Rachel Burden finishes with 7 points. Hayley Farrington, about 150 rebounds, I would think. Now, I may be exaggerating just a little bit, but I ain't far off, it seems like. Hayley Farrington having a huge night defensively and as well offensively as well, as she ends up with 12 points. Let me recount that just to make sure it don't look right for some reason, but 8, 10, 11, 13 points. 13 points for Hayley Farrington. Elizabeth Hemmen comes in with a big 3, has 1 big 3, and then she was just awesome from a free throw line. Ends up going 6 for 6 from a free throw line for a total of 5, 9, 11, 15 points. Sabri Shimons contributes 2. Ashley Johns has 3 points. Daisy Huntley also contributes 1 point as well here at the end of the ball game. Again, Lady Mustangs 44, the Lady Cougars from Middle Tennessee Christian 27, as the Lady Mustangs headed to the state tournament at MTSU. Here we come. What was that one said a while ago? Glass House or something like that.
Yeah, headed
really
to the Glass House in Murfreesboro. And so we're going to the Glass House. And what else can you say? I would like to know when's the last time 3 teams from the same county make the state tournament.
That would be interesting.
And 2 of those teams are from the same classification league. 2 of these teams are from the same classification. So we have 3 teams headed to the state tournament. We're still waiting on Kenny. Do we know if Kenny's going to do it or not? I'm not for sure.
Proud for all these teams. Kenny's still standing back here, I believe.
Kenny needs to be aggressive, make a move. I'm fixing to give him a call on my old cellular phone. So
we'll see if you want to stick around. We still got a few listeners on there as Sabre Simones makes her way up the ladder now to cut a strand of the net.
I just hope we don't have to face we won't face Lawrence County for sure, as they're in 3A and we're in 1A, but I just hope we're on the opposite side of the brackets for Summertown, because that would be a shame for a county to put.
That would be bad.
That would be bad.
Now, it'd be okay if we met them in the championship.
And now we met them in the championship, that's fine.
If it's a championship game, boy, this county would be doing well then. Again, congratulations to the Lady Cats. Congratulations to the Lady Eagles as well. And also the Lady Mustangs. All 3 teams headed to the state.
And Kenny just mulling around. Let me get him on the phone.
I'm hoping you get him on. We still got several listeners tuning in. Hopefully we can get Kenny to make his way over to Elizabeth Hemmen.
We could go to some sponsors, Lee, if you want to.
We got Coach Tips. We'll get some sponsors pulled up. Again, I apologize if I'm just a little slow with this new system as we're trying to get some new things going. We got Troy's Computer Repair, Chris Jackson, County Commissioner down here in our area. Express Med, if you're sick, we're quick. First Farmers and Merchants, Greens Furniture and Gifts. Lawrence County Chiropractic, Loretta Communication Services, Loretta Insurance Service. Go by and see Agent Debbie Ezel for all your insurance need, home, auto, life.
And we're going to go to Kenny.
Okay, guys, we're with Elizabeth Hemmen. Just played an outstanding game tonight. I mean, you did it. You made it. We're going to MTSU again. Just congrats so much, and everybody. It was a huge atmosphere tonight. Just give us your thoughts.
I think that we played great together tonight, and I think we played just well individually. Everybody played well. The fans helped us out. The student section was amazing. You know, y'all guys make a huge, it's just different when y'all are there. Other team can't handle it. Y'all pump us up, make us play better. Yes, it's great, and we play better in loud atmospheres. We like it. We love it. We love the energy. We get energy from y'all, and we really appreciate it. You know, we have a great coaching staff. We have great players. We have great teammates that make us better in practice. We love it. And, we deserve this. We've worked hard. Oh, yeah, they will. I know they will. They will. And I'm just so proud of these girls. I've never in my life been so proud of a group of girls because they're just great.
You and Hayley, all the team left it all out on the court. This being your last game to play.
I know this is how I wanted my last game here to be. This is exactly that's what I imagined at the beginning of the year, and we did it. So we're going to keep going.
You have a lot of talent.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you at MTSU. Congrats again. We'll see you.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks, Kenny. Again, congratulations to the Lady Eagles from Summertown, the Lady Cats from Lawrence County, and, of course, the Lady Mustangs.
Now I think the Lady Mustangs are T-bowing at center court. And that's a good shot if Miss Farrington's getting a shot of that. That's a great shot as they're T-bowing. All the fans are getting it. I think Kenny may be done with the interviews. I'm trying to get him. I think we lost Kenny. But again, thank you for staying tuned with us.
Kenny's actually right here beside me.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up then. Lee, you want to wrap us up?
I can definitely wrap us up again. The final score here at the barn this evening, and they pulled it off the scoreboard, but I believe I still got it on here, 44-27.
And we want to thank all of you tuning in.
I want to thank Kenny Beckman for his help. I want to thank Coach Tips, Hayley Farrington, Elizabeth Hemmen for the interviews and the time. I want to thank these Lady Mustangs. Just my pleasure calling their ball games this year. They've done an excellent job. Coach Tips done an excellent job. Derek, I appreciate the things that you do for MustangsTV.com. Again, here we'll go in the baseball season, but want to urge each and every one of you to either travel to Murfreesboro to root on any of these lady teams from their county. We urge each and every one of you to do that. If not, tune in to TSSAA.org. Get in on their website, watch the game, stand behind these young ladies, support them each and every way you can. As for me, the pleasure's been all mine to sit beside you during basketball season this year and watch these young ladies and these young men play as well.
We can't get no feedback.
As far as that, Derek, I'm ready to go to the house and get ready for a state tournament in Murfreesboro. As for me, I want to thank each and every one of the listeners. Thanks to all of our sponsors. I'm Lee Haygood.
I'm Derek Green.
And good night.